Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Chemistry by Proveen. So today we are going to discuss about the topic is called as a stoichiometry. So what is meant by stoichiometry, how it is useful to us. So if you see in a Greek, stoichio means elements, metry means measurement. So in a given chemical reactions, stoichiometry helps us to find out the various quantities. Means if you want to say the simply, so it will help us to various quantities in the sense in a chemical reactions various quantities nothing but the is the various quantities of the reactant, various quantities of the product. It will useful to calculate the or measurement of the different of various quantities. In the various quantities here it include the number of moles, it include so volume and mass, it include. So we can easily calculate the number of moles of the reactant, number of moles of the product, and volume of reactant and product, mass of reactant and product. Along with this one, we can calculate the mass volume, mass analysis. We will discuss now. We will discuss about the mass analysis, mass volume analysis, mole analysis. We will discuss. So, for example, you can consider the one reaction. For example, R is gives rise to the P. Here, the substance which are reactant are initially they are participated in the chemical reactions. Chemical reactions is nothing but rearrangement of the atoms. That is only called as a chemical reaction. So the substance which are participated in a chemical reaction are the substance which are reacted. Those are called as a reactant we are calling. The substance are formed as a result of the chemical reaction or as a result of the two substances are reacting. Those substance we are calling it as a products we are calling. This is general about the reactants and products. Okay, see you can consider the another reactions you can consider stoichiometric along with the stoichiometric coefficient. So I am taking the A plus B here gives rise to C plus D. These are the reactant. These two are called as A and B are. Here you can see A, B are called as a reactants and C and D are called as a products we are calling. Okay, products we are calling. So here I am taking small a, small b, small c, small d. What is mean by small a, small b, small c, small d? Is small a, small b, small d are stoichiometric coefficient. These are stoichiometric coefficient. Of course, we will consider it as a moles also. We will consider this stoichiometric coefficient. Whatever the small a before the reactant or before the product, some number will be there. So small here we consider as a small a, small b, small c, small d. Here it will useful to balance the chemical equation. So number of atoms, balance the number of atoms. So useful to the number of atoms balance. Number of atoms balance. So by using of this stoichiometric coefficient, we can easily balance the number of the atoms. We can easily balance. So let us consider one equation. Now you can see what we have learned stoichiometric useful to in a chemical reactions, reactant product, various quantities, calculation of various quantities. In that we have seen the number of moles, mass, and the volume. Now you can see the mass analysis. Mass analysis. So for this to understand, I am taking the one reaction. I am taking well known the reaction calcium carbonate. I am taking calcium carbonate on heating, thermal decomposition reactions. On heating, it produces the two products. One is called as a calcium oxide, another one is called as a carbon dioxide we are calling. So carbon dioxide is a gases is products. So whenever if you are doing the mass analysis, first step while doing the mass analysis, mole analysis, mass volume analysis, first step what you should follow is, first of all you have to see the all the atoms from the reactant side, all the atoms from the product side are balanced or not. That means equal. The number of atoms present on the reactant side is equal to the number of the atoms on the product side. That is called as a balanced chemical equation. So you have to see that whether it is balanced or not. If it is not balanced, you have to make itself as a balance. Now you can see here one calcium, this side also one calcium, this side one carbon, this side one carbon. Here you can see 3 oxygen, here 1 plus 2 is a 3 oxygen. So everything is balanced. So for my convenience I am taking the stoichiometric coefficient 1, here 1, here 1 is there. If any number is not mentioned, nothing but they are 1 only. So here you can consider this coefficient, stoichiometric coefficient, as a mole also you can consider stoichiometric coefficient. So nothing but what? Here it is the 1 mole. Here it is 1 mole. Calcium carbonate is 1 mole. On calcium carbonate decomposition of 1 mole of calcium carbonate decomposition, it will gives the 1 mole of calcium oxide, 1 mole of the carbon dioxide. So now what we are doing? We are doing the mass analysis we are doing. So here find out the molecular mass of the calcium carbonate. So you can see the calcium is a 40, carbon is a 12, one oxygen is a 16 into 3, nothing but 48. If you add the sum, total will become like a 100. So it will be like a 100. So here 100 AMU, but I am taking the 1 mole now, it will become like a 100 grams, it will become 100 grams of calcium carbonate. Calcium oxide you can take here, calcium is a 40, oxygen is equal to 16, so it is a 56. So 40 plus oxygen is equal to 16 plus carbon 12. So one oxygen is 16 into 2. Okay, this is. So here what will happen? This is the 44. This is the 56. 44, 56. 44, 56 is nothing but what? 100 grams. So 100 grams, of course, according to the law of conservation of mass of conservation, or atoms are converged. Atoms are balanced. At the same time also mass also will be like a balance only we are saying. So now what we have to do here? We have to find out the mass analysis. We have to find out mass analysis. So now you can see how will you find out. So here after writing the mass, I am writing directly here 100 grams, 100, here 100 grams I am writing, here 56 grams, okay, here 44 grams I am writing. So how will you calculate? Mass of CaCO3 upon the mass of calcium oxide. Like this we have mass of calcium carbonate, how much? 100. This is 56. Nothing but if they have given in the question, we will do the questions also. Mass of calcium carbonate they have given, we easily find out the mass of calcium oxide. If they have given the mass of calcium oxide, we can easily find out the mass of calcium carbonate. So like this you can see mass of CaCO3 upon the mass of CO2. So mass of CaCO3 is 100, mass of CO2 is equal to 44. Like this we can easily calculate it, right? So with mass of CaCO3 they have given, they are asking about the mass of CO2. You can calculate it by using this equation. Mass of CO2 they have given, they are asking about the mass of calcium carbonate. You can use. Otherwise you can go with like this also. Mass of calcium oxide upon the mass of carbon dioxide. Calcium oxide how much? 56 upon the 44. Mass of carbon dioxide we can calculate it by knowing the value of mass of calcium oxide. Already this we know. gram. Molar mass we know. Of course, mole we consider as a molar mass only we are considering. So like this you can do this one, you can easily do. Okay. So nothing but what? Total mass of the reactant, you can see the mass 100 grams. Total mass of the reactant is equal to the total mass of the product. 56 plus 44 is equal to 100 grams. Nothing but it is following the mass of conservation, it is following. It is following the atoms conservation, it is following. Okay. See, we can see the another example in the mass analysis. After that we will discuss about the mass volume analysis. Mass analysis another example. So take the KClO3, on decomposition of KClO3 it will form KCl plus O2 it will form. So first of all, this is the reaction. The first step what you have to see here, whether the reaction is balanced or not, you have to see. Balance is nothing but the number of atoms on the reactant side should equal to the product side. If the number of atoms are equal, automatically mass also will become like a equal. So now you can see here case 1K, 1 potassium, 1 potassium, 1 chlorine, 1 chlorine. But here what will happen? This side 3 oxygens are there, this side 2 oxygens are there. So now here 2 oxygens are there. Just what we have to do? Just it should be multiplied with the 3. It should be multiplied with the 2. So automatically everything is balanced. Oxygen very easily we can balance. Now again what will happen? KCl. You can see here 2 KCl, 2 KCl. 6 oxygen, 2 3 are 6, 3 2 are 6. 6 oxygen. Everything is balanced. So first chemical reaction we have to balance. Next one, find out the molecular mass we have to find out. So now you can see potassium molecular mass how much? 39. Potassium molecular mass is 39. Chlorine 35.5. Oxygen, one oxygen is 16. 3 oxygens are there. 3 oxygen is in the sense 48. So 39, 35.5 plus 48. How much? This will comes like a 122.5. 122.5 it will comes. But here what is there? Here 2 moles. So 2 into 122.5 grams I am considering. Now potassium 39 plus chlorine 35.5. So 39.5 plus 39 is equal to 74.5. But here how many moles are there? 2 moles is there. We have to multiply, no? Whatever the number is there, number should be multiplied. No, 2K is nothing but 2 potassiums. 2 Cl is nothing but 2 chlorine. So 74, 2 into 74.5 grams plus oxygen. So how many oxygens are there? 2 oxygens are there. So oxygen, sorry, 6 oxygens are there. So 1 oxygen is 16, but here molecules are there. So 32 into 3 grams we are taking. So equation we have done balanced. We find out the molecule. Now what we have to do here, of course, here it is 2 moles, that's why I multiplied the mass with 2. Here it is the 2 moles of potassium chloride, that's why I multiplied with the 2. Here 3 moles of oxygen, that's why I multiplied with the mass with the 3 I have multiplied. Okay, now you can see how will you mass of KClO3 upon the mass of KCl. Mass of KClO3 how much? 2 into 122.5 upon the KCl 2 into 74.5 grams we will do. Of course 2 get cancelled. Next one, mass of KClO3 upon the mass of O2. Mass of KClO3 2 into 122.5. You can take other 122.5. Otherwise you can take some people think that I will take the 1 mole. That means KClO3, KCl 3 by 2 O2. Like that also you can take. You will get the same thing also you can get. It's not necessary to go with the stoichiometric coefficient 2. If you go with the 1 stoichiometric coefficient, that means like this 3 by 2. Here also equal. You will also get the same result only you will get. Okay. You can try, you will get also same result. So here mass O2 how much? 3 into 32. So otherwise you can go with like this also. Mass of KCl upon the mass of O2. KCl how much? 2 into 74.5, mass of O2 3 into 32. So mass of O2 they have given, they are asking the KCl. We can easily find out by using this. So they are asking about the mass of KClO3. By giving of mass of O2, we can easily find out. Okay, now we do the one numerical based upon the mass analysis. So what they have given 367.5 of KClO3 on decomposition. They have given the molecular weight is equal 122.5 total. KClO3 no need to calculate it, already they have given. So they are asking how many grams of the O2, how many grams of KCl is produced. So they have given that 367.5 grams of KClO3 on decomposition, it is giving the O2 and KCl, how much O2 KCl is produced. So now what we have to do, first of all write the equation. We know now 2 KClO3 is equal to KCl plus 3 O2. Otherwise you can go with like this also, you can go. KClO3 gives rise to KCl plus O2. Whatever it may be, both are similar only. So now I will go with this equation. So 2 KClO3. So 2 into 122.5. Already they have given. No need to calculate it. 3 grams. Why I have taken 2? Why? Because it is I have taken the 2 moles. If you take the 1 moles, you can take 1 mole. But atom should be balanced. Like that you have to follow. So here what will happen? So it will 2 into KCl. KCl we know no mass 74.5 plus 3 into 32. Okay na? How we will get the 74? Potassium is 39, chlorine is 35.5. If you add these two, how we will get the O2? One oxygen is 16, two oxygens or atoms are there. That means one molecule of the oxygen 32. So 32 into stoichiometric coefficient. We can take it as a moles. So 3 into 32. As usual equation. So mass of KClO3, mass of KClO3 upon the mass of KCl is equal, mass of KClO3 how much? Mass of KClO3 they here 2 into 122.5 upon the KCl. KCl how much? 2 into 74.5 they have given. We know. But here what happened? Mass of KClO3 they are already given. How much? 36.7. So in place of this mass of KClO3, I am writing 367.5. I am writing. Okay. So here these two get cancelled. So here 22.5. Sorry, 122.5. 367.5. So mass of KCl. So mass of KCl is equal. Mass of KCl is equal 74.5 into 3 grams. We will get the mass of KCl. Now what we have to do? Mass of O2 we want, right? So direct equation mass of KClO3 upon the mass of, already we got this equation. So KCl is done. O2 mass of O2 is KClO3 how much? 2 into 122.5 upon the mass of oxygen how much? 3 into 32. But I know mass of KClO3. How much mass of KClO3? 367.5. So here 122.530 is equal 367.5. So mass of O2. So mass of O2 is equal, mass of O2 is equal 3 into 32 into 3 by 2. 3 into 32 into 3 by 2 we will do. So we will get like a 288 by 2 is equal 144 grams of O2 we will get. So like this we can easily calculate the mass. Okay. So now you can see the mass analysis. So they will give the mass. They are asking to find out the mass volume they will have. So better go with this equation. So now you can see 2 KClO3 gives rise to 2 KCl plus 3 O2. Direct I am writing the balanced equation only I am writing. So here what will happen? Of course here I will take it as a 2 moles I will take. Here I will take as a 2 moles I will take. Okay. Here it is the 3 moles I will take. So 3 moles I will take here. So write the mass. So 2 into we know KClO3 mass we know how much 122.5 grams. How we know? Potassium is 39, chlorine is 35.5, oxygen is 1 oxygen is 16. Okay, 3 oxygen is 48. If you add this all the sums, you will get this much. So here 2 into 74.5 mass. But here whenever the reactions gas is there, if they are asking about the find out the volume, that time is not in is directly giving about the oxygen. They are talking about the gas we are talking. Whenever if you see the gas at STP, it occupies, we should not take the mass here, we should not take. Why? Because here we are not doing the mass analysis, we are not doing. We are doing the mass volume analysis we are doing. We can easily find out the, if they are given the volume, we can find out the mass. If they are given the mass, we can find out the volume. So here at STP, gas will occupies the 22.7 liters. So this 3, whatever this 3 is there, 3 into 22.7 liters this is. These are the grams, these are the liter. At STP it occupies the 22.7 liters. So how many moles? 3 moles is there as usual equation. So mass of KClO3 upon the mass of KClO3, 2 into 122.5 grams. 122.5 grams of, but we are doing the volume, no, that's why I am writing here volume of O2. How much? Here 3 into 32 you should not write. Volume, no, gas. 3 into 22.7 liter we have to write like this. Why I didn't write the mass? Because here we are calculating the volume, we are calculating. So now you can see mass of KClO3, KCl upon the volume, mass volume analysis, no, volume only we should take. Volume also we should take gases only. So 3 into 22.7, 2 into 74.5 grams. Okay, see we will learn this type of the more we will get the more information in the gaseous state, where we will study about the ideal gas equation. It will useful in the gaseous state chapter, it will be useful. So now we will do the one equation, one numerical, same numerical only, but here small changes happened. So here 367.5 grams of KClO3 on decomposition, how many liters of the oxygen is produced? How many liters of the oxygen is produced? They are not asking about the mass, they are not asking about. They are asking about the, here already molecular rate 122.5 they have given. So same we know, write the equation 2 KClO3 gives rise to KCl plus 3 O2. Okay, solid, gas. We want the gas. We know 2 into 122.5 grams gives rise to 2 into 74.5, 3 into not 32, 3 into 22.7 liters we have to write here. Why? Because they are asking about the volume, no, at STP, of course. So now we can see mass of KClO3 upon the mass of O2. Mass of KClO3 how much? 2 into 122.5 grams upon the 3 into 22.7 liters. 3 into 21.7 liters. Mass of KClO3 how much? 367.5. 367.5 upon the mass of volume volume of O2 is equal to into 122.5 upon the 3 into 22.7. So we know 122.5 3 is equal 367. So volume of O2 is equal 3 into 22.7 upon the 2. So 3 is equal 9. So 9 into 2. So we will get the approximately 122.5 liters. We will get 102. Simple. Same. Before we used to do the mass of O2. Here you have to do the volume of O2. But here you have to understand is it STP 22.7 liters. Okay. This is about the mass volume analysis. Now you can see the mole analysis. Mole analysis. Mass done. No? Now we can see the mole analysis. Mole. Here we are talking giving the priority about the mole. So here generally this mole analysis is very important. We frequently are using it, will useful. So consider the equation A plus B gives rise to the C plus D. Okay. Write the stoichiometric coefficient. Small a I am taking, small b I am taking, small c I am taking, small d I am taking. The small a, small b, small c, small d are the stoichiometric coefficient. Of course, stoichiometric coefficient will consider as it will be a mole. That means a mole, b mole, c mole, small d moles we are taking. So here, how many moles? This is a mole. Okay. This is how many moles? B moles. This is C moles. This is D moles. Stoichiometric coefficient we are considering it as a moles we are doing. So this A moles is reacting how many times? I am considering it as a X times. A is reacting X times it is reacting. B also will react X times only will react. C also will react X times only will react. D also will react X times only it will react. It will react the X times only will react. So now I want the number of moles. Of course it is the A mole, it is the B mole, it is the C mole, it is the D mole. Now I want the number of moles I want. So number of moles of the A, how will you write? A into X, no? Number of moles of B, B into X, B into X, small b. Number of moles of the C, C into X, number of moles of the D, D into X many moles will be there. Okay, here. So for example, if the quantities, whatever the quantities, number of moles, if you take the number of moles of A, number of moles of the B, number of moles of the C, number of the moles of the D is not equal. For example, it is not equal. So taking the reaction AA plus BB is equal CC plus DD. Okay, here quantity is nothing but Na is not equal to Nb. Nc also is not equal to Nd. Nc will not equal to Nd. Quantities are different. The reactants quantities are different. When the reactant quantities are different, always you can also produce the different quantities of the Nc and Nd also. Coefficient different. Why? Because these coefficients are different. Whenever the coefficient of different, A and B are reactant is also different. Whenever if you see, this means number of moles reactant is different, you can see the number of moles of the products also it will be different. But we can make it as a equal. We can easily make it as a equal. So how will you make it as a equal? In the sense, whatever the stoichiometric coefficient is there, we have to divide with the stoichiometric coefficient should be equal. So now I want to equal these two. So now what? Na A, okay, is equal NaA Nb by B, Nc by C, Nd by D. Whenever if you divide with the question, if you take the mole ratio like this, we make the division with the stoichiometric coefficient. So then the coefficient would be equal. The number of moles, both the reactant are 100% reactant. When the quantities, when the stoichiometric coefficient are equal, both are 100% reactant, they are going to be completion. Here why? Because these are equal quantities. The number of the reactant quantities, the number of moles is equal, quantity of the reactant is equal. When the quantity of the reactant is equal, so automatically both the reactant are 100% reactants, so reaction goes to completion. That means what? We can equate the equation like this. Na we can do with the Nc, Na we can do with the Nd, and we can equate like this also we equate. But every time it is not possible, no. Sometimes what will happen? One reactant is, if the, you can make it as a balance like this. By division with the, we can take the mole ratio with the stoichiometric coefficient, we can make it as a balance. But some cases unequal if it is there. If it is the unequal. So for example, I am writing the equation. AA plus BB gives rise to CC plus DD, I am writing. So here you can see that one quantities, if they are given N1A, N1B, N0C, N0T. These are not equal. Of course, these are also not equal. Okay, these are also not equal. So here what will happen? Coefficients are unequal. Whatever the reactant is there, one reactant is more quantity than the desired one. I want this x much only. Maybe it is x minus 1, maybe it is a higher, maybe it is the lower. It is not having the whatever the reactant. In these two reactant, one reactant is more, one reactant is less. Coefficient are less. So that time what will happen? We cannot do the balance, no? Because the both are not equal quantities. So sometimes what will happen? Here what will happen? N1A upon the A we will do. N1B upon the B will do. But it is not equal. That means what? N1A is greater than the N1B is. So automatically what will happen? Here it is the reactant is lesser quantity. It is the lesser one. Lesser ratio, mole ratio. If you take the mole ratio, it is having the higher ratio, it is present. In a reactant, in a chemical reaction, if you take the mole ratio, which is having the lesser, which is having the more. So here what will happen? Which is having the lesser coefficient, lesser quantity, it will influence the reactions, it will influence. It will directly influence the products, it will be directly influence. It will not influence the direct. Why? Because A alone will not react in the chemical reaction. A should react with the B. But here what will happen? B having the less quantity, B having coefficient is less, it is not having the desired much. For example, if both are reacting, after 50 minutes what will happen? B is completely gone, B is completed. B is converted into the product, but still A is left. A alone will not react. That means what? A, B together will react, but here the formation of product is always depends upon the B only, it will depend upon. Nothing but B is influencing here. So of course this is only we are calling it as a limiting reagent, which is having the higher quantity called excess reagent. Nothing but N, this is the very important. So NB1 influence the product, formation of the product also it will influence. Okay. We should be take the mole ratio and equate, we can also ratio. So C and D production depends upon the B. How long it is continuous? That only depends upon the C and D production. If the B production is stopped, that means B is consumed totally in a chemical reaction, reaction is stopped. Reaction is not completed. Reaction is suddenly stopped. A is alone not react. Okay. So this is called as a limiting reagent. This is called as a excess reagent. Now you can see what is limiting reagent, what is excess reagent. So the reactant which is in a chemical reaction, 2 or 3 are reactants are there, or 2 reactants is there. One reactants are consumed first. That is only called as a limited reagent. Limited quantity. The amount of the limits the, that means what? In a chemical reaction, one reactant consumed first, and it is limits the amount of formation of the product. That is called as the limiting reagent. So for example, I am taking small a plus small b is equal, this is the reduction. Okay. If you take the number of moles Na, Nb, Nc, Nd, but here not equal. is not equal. If you take the mole ratio, they are not equal. Okay, they are not at all equal. If you take the mole ratio, so I am taking the mole ratio. Na A is greater, Nb here greater. I am taking the mole ratio. If you take the mole ratio, you will get like this. What is this indicated? So reaction here it is controlled. Here it is the lesser quantity. Here it is the excess quantity. So it is called excess quantity. It is called lesser quantity. That means what? Reaction is controlled by the A is controlling. Why? Because it is a limiting reactant. It will be consumed first. After consumption of the A, B also left, but B alone here will not react. Along with the A only it should be react. Nothing but A controlling the production of the product. Production of the product will control it. Both are equal. Here you should not take the B. Here B is excess quantity is there here. Of course, generally if it is the solid liquid, you can make it n number of moles is equal molar number of moles is equal, how will take given mass by the molar mass we will take. For example, if it is the gas, how will you take number of moles? Volume of the liters occupied at STP upon the 22.7 liter gaseous product, we will do like this. Okay, so here it is the less, so this is called as a limiting reagent. Here it is the excess, so here in this case it is a excess. Okay na, which is having the lesser quantity, which is having the more quantity. Lesser mole ratio, it is having the highest mole ratio, that is called excess, which is having the lesser mole ratio, that is called as a limiting reagent. So excess reagent, so for example AB, BB, CC plus DD is there. So Na, Nb, Nc, Nd. Okay, if you take the mole ratio, you can take A, B. Here what will happen? Na is greater. Na is greater in the sense what? Mole ratio. If you take the Na is greater. Na is greater in the sense it is excess here. Here it is limit, lesser. So anything which is having the lesser excess, that is called as a excess reagent or excess reactant. Lesser reactant. This will control the production of C and D. This will not control. Okay. So next class we will discuss about the Morse stoichiometry numericals. So thank you for watching this video.